Okay, so I'd like to add a picture or some pictures to this blog post about our day trip to the farm. Now I'm going to assume that you've got your pictures onto your computer. So here are my couple of pictures I'd like included in my blog post. Now you could do this one at a time, or you can do them both together. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag both of these pictures into that blog post. Now the way I do that, I'm just going to left click anywhere I like in this white area, and I'm going to drag my mouse so I get both of those images highlighted. And I'm going to left click one of those, and I'm just going to drag them. You can see the little number 2 in the middle there. That's telling me that there's 2 pictures. And I'm going to drag it all the way down to the bottom here and hover it over what I've got is Chrome, and it says Edit Post at the bottom. You just about see that. And still keeping my finger pressed down on my mouse, I'm going to drag it up here until it says Drop Files to Upload. So I just let go of my mouse. And this screen then pops up, and you can see both of the pictures that we want to go on the blog post appear here. Now, before you press Insert into Post, just down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's something really important to check. If your image is too big, or it's very big in size, it'll sometimes make it very difficult for people to download and to watch and look at online. So this picture here, the one with the smiling goat, I quite like that picture, which is highlighted blue. If we just look over here on the right, it says the size is 615 by 409. Now experience tells me that's fine. If it's anything more than maybe 1,000, either of those numbers, it's a bit too big. Let's have a look at this one. This one's even smaller, 287 to 175. Now I'm going to show you what to do if that number is quite big, and I say over 1,000. So let's go back to this one, the smiling sheep, smiling goat even. Let's have a look, 615 by 419. Let's say we want to make that a bit smaller. So we click on Edit Image, and it comes up in this separate screen here. And over here we've got these new dimensions. I'm just going to highlight the higher of those two numbers and change it to 450. Now again, I'm not going to bore you with why 450. Experience just tells me that's a good number, a good size of an image to be on a blog post. And then I click Scale, and it'll have a think about it for a moment. It's just going to reduce the size of it. And then I click back. And with that image still highlighted, we can now see it says 450. It's something worth getting to the habit of doing, because if your images are too big, as I say, it'll sometimes take a very long time for those images to be downloaded from a device or whatever it is that somebody's looking at the blog post from. So let's go ahead and add them into our post. There's 2 little ticks here. Let's go Insert into Post, and it pops them there. Now it's just randomly thrown them at the page. We can see that our text here has gone on to the right. I don't like that. Maybe this one's a bit too big. I want to make it a bit smaller. So I click on it. I've got these little handles in the corner. I just click. I can drag, and I can resize it. If I wanted to, I could put it in the middle. I clicked on that little Align Center. Or maybe I want it aligned right, and I want this one to be aligned left. Now they're not quite next to each other at the moment. It's probably because one of them's just a little bit too big. So if I make that a bit smaller, there we go. They're now next to each other. It's a little bit fiddly. I must confess that you've got to stretch and drag and move it around, but just have a little play with the settings. As I say, you just need to click on the image, and you've got these little align left, align center, align right. This one, no alignment, just means it'll slap that picture anywhere it fancies onto the particular page itself. But that's how you insert images into your blog post. Do make sure obviously that you've selected a category down here, and I've got Junior and Infant Enrichment selected, and then when you're ready for it to go into the blog, you click on Publish, and hey presto, it appears with your lovely photos from the farm.